the feeling still. Gave me test baby.
Charges foul number 1.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. Like they're not playing their game right now. 1-6-7.
Team foul. In the game for Scotch family, number 3, Ricky Solomon. Raiders foul on 32. possession arrow is Timber Creek.
Oh, we know what y'all do. We ready. Timber Creek foul number 5 for Rodney Parrish. His first, team second. I got it in the book, but they usually keep it in the book.
race when he started. That's where he was this sophomore year.
is second. Team fifth. Subs are number 0, Marcus Jones, and number 5, Rodney Parrish.
getting home like 10, 11 for this drink, dude. I thought you were talking about somebody else then. I got the camera, that's why I had to go check. I got the dump right now. That's what you do. She wanted a parent. I'm trying to say she wanted a parent. Press the play button again, then move it. That button. Press it again. And move to the one you want, then hit enter.
At the foul line, Ryan Dewar will shoot 1 and 1.
Fight him.
Rooney, that's his third. Team advances 6. At the foul line, Tyler Flyer shoots 2.
Good. They make them down there, boy. You see them playing, that's the way they make them. Over to high school, the shooter was kicking it with us like 20 minutes. Good little networking minute. Hey, Mike.
Johnson has fouled out of the game.
Lucky's gonna have it. Lucky's gonna have it.
Sub is number 0, Marcus Jones.
Yep.
Foul line, Ryan Dewar. Line for 2 shots. And all fans are reminded to stay off the court at the end of the game.
We just didn't have enough to answer. They did a great job on defense too, kind of keeping us out of our stuff.
Tyler, how are you going to remember this season? What are you going to remember the most?
Just all the hard work we put in during preseason and stuff like that, and just winning the championship, being the first one to Timber Creek to bring home the South Jersey championship and make it to the state championship, the finals.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the playoff run that you all went on to get to this point?
Yeah, I think it was a great one. We had to go on the road and beat a number 3 and a number 2 and 2 number 1s to get here. I think for a 6 seed, we finished 3rd in our division. It was just a great turnaround. The guys really got it together. I couldn't be more happy with their effort. It's just a phenomenal group of guys, and a run like this is, you know, this could happen once every 25 years. You know? So it's something truly special.
How many years has the school been in existence?
7 years.
As players, how much did the history that you all have just made by getting that chip, how much did that mean to Timber Creek, mean to you guys moving on?
A lot. It means a lot to not only us, but the community and also the alumni. Timber Creek.
One up on your brother now, right?
Coach, I'm sorry. Could you comment on the play of Brian Dewar? I'm sorry if it's already asked.
Yeah, I had a couple tapes on Brian, and we were familiar with what he likes to do, and I thought we did a very good job in the first half. But that 3rd quarter, he just tore it up and really got warm, and we didn't find an answer for him. He's a Division I player, and he looked like one tonight.
Does the last 3 quarters that you spanked in, can you talk about it? It looked like kind of the desperation heaved there. Could you even believe it went in after?
Think about it. We gotta get back up. We gotta win the game. Start to think about it. Coach said catch the ball, put it in the back. I did.
Do you think the Shawnee experience, that game helped you guys down the stretch in this though? The poise where even though you guys were down with a few minutes left, that you were able to know that you could still?
Well, we've been in a number of close games from the get-go. I think Shawnee was actually one of the few we got over, a few of the close ones that we got over on. So, but I think the confidence has been there just in this whole run. I don't know if it's one particular game, but they've just been playing with a lot of composure, a lot of chemistry, and they've just been very comfortable out there.
Coach, can you talk what it means to your program to be here in only the 7th year?
I think it's a great step for a relatively new school to make this kind of impact in the state. It's certainly having an effect on the community. I'm very proud for Timber Creek. I'm very happy for these players. It's a big step.
Tim, what's going through your mind in that last minute where you're facing what looks like the deficit that you can't overcome, and then you get 2 threes like that?
Well, again, it's we just told the guys, continue to play hard, try to get some breaks, and get to the basket and see what happens. So these guys don't let up. They played hard to the end, and that's really the character of this team.
Coach, you have a chance to see Dewar play in person or in terms of scouting? Or just on
Yeah,
tape?
we had a couple tapes on Brian. He's an excellent player, and I thought we did a better job in the first half, and the third quarter he just got freed up and he does what he does well.
How does it feel, Coach?
It feels very good, and that is about the most understatement I've ever had. I mean, I've been coming here, I've been telling Coach I've been coming here for probably 18 years with a bunch of friends. We go to the first 2 games, we go to the diner, and then we watch the second set. So I had to call him today, told him I was busy tonight. Couldn't go to the diner.
Can you talk about the halftime adjustments? Because it seems like you guys came out in the third quarter, found a way to get your offense and Brian really going. And
Yeah, it wasn't huge adjustments. We kind of went through our sets and said, okay, this is going to work. Okay, we want to get this. It was not about, okay, give the ball to Brian, Brian's going to score. It was like, run our stuff. Okay, we've been in these situations. Don't panic. Okay, we didn't panic at all. Okay, we came out, we kept up with the defense. Okay, we knew defense got us here. We got to make sure we kept doing that. And we just did a great job at executing. I mean, we had people off the bench. Marcus Green off the bench was fabulous for us. So, and then Brian stepped up like he's been doing for 4 years. So, trying to tell people, best guard in the state, one of the best guards, and I think people realize it now.
Brian, tell us about your third quarter. I mean, it seemed like, you know, you got a couple free throws, got a couple outside shots, and then you started, they had to come up on you and kind of just start driving to the basket.
Yeah, I mean, first half I was struggling with my shot a little bit. I was trying to force things. I mean, they were forcing me to take tough shots. So in the third quarter, I started going to the basket more, try to get to the foul line, try to get points there. That opened up three-point shots. I mean, my teammates did a great job setting me up the whole game.
Brian, what about that over-the-head shot? Even that looks like a horse shot.
I mean, I was just trying to draw contact, and luckily it went in.
can you talk about how important it was for your teammates, especially your point guard, and a lot of the big shots in the first half he hit, going back even to the Wayne Valley game? How important has that been to you guys, Coach, in getting you guys into a regular flow?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've talked constantly about we can't look for Brian all the time and explain you guys are good enough. I mean, Danny, we've been telling him, shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball. I think people are kind of like shocked. But I mean, especially these guys who've been playing with him since second, third grade. I mean, they want him to shoot the ball. They know. And Brian knows once he starts making shots, Brian's going to start feeding the ball.
Could each of you guys, this is all for you, could you each just talk about what this run has been like for you guys and how you've gone from, you know, that disappointing second half against Rawway in the county tournament to tournament champions berth? No, it's kind of a loaded question, but.
Well, it's been crazy. We want to change like the way we went about things this year. Last year it was like we looked ahead too far and we got caught up in that. But this year it's more one game at a time. So play your game and we'll get far. And after the Rawway game, we knew we could have beat them. And we just came out after that game knowing if we want to win the state championship, we got to play better than that. We have to come out with energy, have to come out with a little more than we came out at Rawway. So we did that, and as a team, we got here, state champions now.
You guys, the other players want to take that on? Dan, I guess you go last. No, Dan Doherty.
Oh yeah, let's get confusing. Couple Dan's in here.
Yeah, going back to the Rawway game, I mean, we were a little frustrated after the loss, being that we felt like we should have beat them. And everyone was really looking at them as one of the better teams in our county, being as they were undefeated. But I feel like, me personally, I should have played a lot better in that game. I know a lot of other players on our team were frustrated, so we really just look to improve from that and start off fresh.
The run's been incredible. I mean, I can't say I'm shocked that we're here. I mean, I'm very excited to be here, but I mean, it's been our goal all year to get here, so it didn't come as that much of a surprise to us. And we worked hard in the state tournament. I think the defense stepped up big for us. Early in the season, we were letting teams score up in the 50s and 60s, and one of our goals during the state tournament was just to hold opponents around 40, and that's what we've been doing.
Ryan, how much did the watch-on conference toughen you up for the type of pressure you were going to feel tonight? I mean, that all-court defense that Timber Creek played. I mean, you've been seeing it for 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years in the Washington Conference, we're preparing for games like this. I mean, the pressure's nothing new to anybody on the team, so we handled it well.
How important is this win for the school and the community of Scotch Plains?
I think you can see by the crowds out there. I mean, they've really gathered around these kids. I mean, obviously most people, it's soccer, it's football, it's baseball, but I mean, they really on this run have been absolutely fabulous. And really a lot of it's the soccer players, it's the football players. I mean, those are the ones that really gather around them. And it makes it easier. I mean, these kids, the town knows these kids. They're great kids. And usually, I mean, the coach says that, and people go, okay. But the town knows it, and they want to come out. They want to support them. Teachers want to support them.
Coach, tell us about the end of the first half. Obviously, Brian, or at least how you saw it, I mean, Brian gets kind of taken down underneath the basket. I assume you said something to the official. And
yeah.
Did it work in terms of Brian? I mean, it seemed like Brian got a lot
I'm
more.
not that smart enough to plan, okay, in the second half, we're going to do this. I'm going to get teed up with 0.5 seconds to go. Not that smart. It was, I mean, they were just riding him and riding. And the problem, I mean, Brian's so strong when they grab him, he doesn't move, so they don't make the call. They go, oh, it didn't bother him, but it does bother him. And so just kept on getting on him. And then, I mean, I didn't say anything bad. I mean, believe me, you come to some of our conferences, there's a lot worse things said out there.
But they made the calls in the third quarter.
And they did. They did. I mean, they finally started. And that was also, once we got them to 7 fouls, that was one of our things. That we know we're a good foul shooting team. Attack them, let's get to the foul line.
Dan, you're up 8 with 40 seconds to go. I know you didn't think it was over then, especially the 3-point shot. What went through your mind when the guy banks a 30-footer
You know what?
to cut it to 2?
You know what? I thought I've been coaching for 19 years. If I gotta wait another 20, 30 seconds, fine. I go, but I mean, I was confident. So I knew we were gonna make our foul shots. I mean, they had that one turnover. I mean, I really wasn't nervous. I was like, I know these guys are gonna make the right decision. We talk about, we practice these things saying, I know we're gonna handle the end of game situation. It's a matter of getting to that.
Brian, in the first quarter, you reminded me a little bit of the way Jordan would approach big games. He would try to get all his, you were probably the least nervous out there, so you're trying to get all your teammates involved. Then it seemed like after that you realized that you might have to take the team on your shoulders a little bit more. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I was definitely nervous in the beginning of the game. I mean, nervous for every big game, but I mean, I just figured they'd be keen on me to try and stop me. So as much as I can get my teammates involved, that's just going to open things up more for me. So that's just what I try to do.
Danny was hot right from the out. You know, you have no, you know that you hit that 3-pointer in the fourth quarter, put Scotch Plains ahead for good. I mean, you just have you have no fear out there. Want to talk about that a little bit? Just the confidence to take a big shot like that.
Yeah, I mean, people look at me, I'm a little kid, so they try to bully me a lot. So I really got to play a lot harder and try to be more physical with them so they respect me a little bit more. And that's really what I try to do.
That's why I don't think people realize, oh, Brian did this, Brian. You know what? The defense he plays, and I don't know what number of rebounds he had, even per minute. I mean, obviously, Brian played the whole game, but we were up 9-2. Brian stayed in when he came out. Then all of a sudden, they started to make the run. Those are things, I mean, basketball's not about scoring points. It's about playing defense, it's about bothering. And that point guard by the end was exhausted. But Danny, Reggie, Melvin, they were exhausted. Then he was fresh, so he was able to rebound the ball. I mean, they were a bigger, more athletic team, but we wore them down.
Woody, could you talk about what it was like to have the whole town here, Scotch Plains here, and how that fired you guys up?
It was crazy. During school, I asked a bunch of people who come in the game, very selective, yes, here, no, there. And when I saw everyone, like the whole section filled up, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It got me pumped up and wanted me to get everyone else on the team pumped up, and it felt good. The atmosphere, it was almost like a Duke UNC game, but Timber Creek Scotch Plains.
Brian, in that third quarter, as much as the coach is deflecting a lot of the credit off of you, you really did start to heat up. Could you feel, I mean, you're taking the ball to the basket, shooting from the outside, could you feel something inside that I got things going now and the next shot's going in?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, we warmed down in the first half, so I think they played a little bit off me in the second half, in the third quarter, and I was just trying to get to the basket, draw fouls. Danny hit big shot after big shot today. The little rebounding better than anybody in the state, so just a big one for us.
I guess a reflective question for you, Brian. Can you talk about what it's been like playing with these guys, playing for Coach, what it's been like on this run as a senior now? It's not over yet, but as a senior to be able to get to this point with these guys and your coach, how does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, it's been like 6 or 7 years we've been playing together since 5th grade, so we all know where each other is in the court. And I mean, Coach Doherty's one of the greatest guys, coaches in the state, so it's just a great run for us. I mean, it's not over yet, but.
Any thoughts on the TLC, Coach?
Hey, first I just thought there were a bunch of letters, but now obviously they're a little more important than that. So I mean, but again, what people don't realize, and we had told the kids don't try to sound cocky, but Brian said we expected to be here, and we did. We said we're going to play here. We wanted the sectional title, and I think people thought, well, we had that 48 years, so they're happy with that. We were not. We thought we were better. And then once we got here, we thought we could win this. Okay, and now, you know what? It's the same idea. We will go into our next game. Now, I mean, like, when you play Elizabeth, Union, Plainfield, Neptune, you're just not afraid of anybody.
Tell us, I guess, Dan, your shot was part of it. So it seemed like all game there was like each team had a punch and the other team responded with a punch, and then in the fourth quarter all of a sudden it was 44-44, and then you were up 8. I guess what happened in those kind of 4 minutes, that they didn't punch you back this time?
We were really just feeling like we had to pull away with it. The game was winding down, so we were trying to look inside, get the kickouts, give it to Brian, and do what he does. And really, they just left me open, so I took a shot.
Did it feel like you were slowly pulling away, or did it feel like did you look up once and see it was tied, and look up 2 minutes later and see you were up 8?
Well, as a point guard, you really got to know what's going on, so it feels really slow to pull away. I keep checking the scoreboard, checking how much time's left, so it just feels really slow, gradual pull away.
Coach, any last thoughts, just summarizing what this run has been like, just to get back to the questions I asked the guys?
And now, I mean, but now it's even at the point it's going, but you're starting to see an end. Because I mean, we say we keep winning, no guys, we keep winning, we keep practicing. But now, pretty much, I mean, the best we can go is to March 17th. So, I mean, like I say, these kids are great kids. They're just fun to be around. I mean, you do get to a point where you kind of get tired of them, kids. But these kids, you can joke with them, you can have fun with them. Time to work now, guys, and they're ready to work.
Coach, it seems we've got some information about a potential matchup against Immaculata in the next round. Could you speak on that game? That potential matchup.
That will be, I mean, I've been friends with Mike a long time, and he's a great coach, and the run they had was absolutely fabulous. I mean, they could score anyway. Theo Riddick is probably one of the best athletes in the state, hands down. So, I mean, obviously, I think I'll take a guess on who he's going to cover. But, I mean, hey, you get to this point, we'll start. We want to just enjoy this right now. We'll sit back and we'll watch. Okay, we'll look at Immaculata. Okay, we'll prepare for them. But right now, we just want to enjoy the state.
For the record, you're the 5 seed, Coach. You just came in. The 5 seed.
Okay.
Uniform color, that's all that is.
Yep.
Coach, I may have missed it because I came in a little late. I know you said you're not surprised what Brian does in a game like that, and he's done it a million times, but he's never done it in the state final. 27 points in the second half. Just your impressions of,
I didn't even
of that.
That's what it was?
27 points in the second half.
I'll look at the other way as a coach. I thought first half, like I said, I think he was nervous, which as a kid that age, believe me, I was nervous out there. That first half, he was struggling a little. And I mean, 27, because I talked to Brian sometimes about forcing shots. I don't remember in that second half saying, oh, he's starting to force shots. I mean, he hit some big time. That one where he came around that screen at the top at the key. Right. That was one where when he shot, I was like, and then he just hit it. I mean, that was, but we ran our whole offensive set all the way through.
Did you say, oh no, oh yes?
Nah, it wasn't that bad. I'll never say, oh no, when Brian shoots the ball.
This is a curious question for you, Brian. Does the basket just get bigger as the game goes along? In a sense, they talk about players when they get hot, because, I mean, you had the one where the guy just stepped back barely an inch, and then you just shot it. Just right in front of his face, like, in that zone.
I think as the game goes on, I mean, at the beginning I was trying to aim my shots, trying to put it where it needed to be, but in the second half I was just shooting it, and that's how you make shots.
Ryan, did you have a sense that there was more available on dribble penetration in the second half, or did you just decide to go that route and take more dribble penetration? Was there something that the defense gave you, or something that the man who was covering you gave you that said, I know I can take this into the lane and draw fouls if I don't score?
I mean, the coaches at halftime told me to get to the basket, try to get into foul trouble. Maybe want to get to one-on-one because we're a good foul shooting team. So, I mean, that's a key. You can get points from the foul line.
So you're just as happy that those fouls are ringing up as if you're getting points, right? Yeah.
Coach, you want to talk about the job that Lordley did guarding 6'8" Hines, who's going to Greensboro on a full ride next year?
I mean, Hines is, I told him, due to the state tournament, Lordley has covered Division I football kids. He's covered big, strong kids. I told him, this kid by far is the most athletic big kid you're going to go against. And he did another great job on him. Okay, I mean, he wore him down. I mean, I really think, near the end, I think he was just a little tired from getting beat up, and he couldn't finish as well as he could. But I mean, he's a tremendous player. But I mean, that kid's a great athlete. Lordley's a great athlete. So we're hoping that was almost a wash.
That being the case, how'd you feel after that second foul and you had to pull him out?
I was not too happy with that. And I'm not saying it wasn't a foul or anything, but yeah, I know we take against always, but against that team especially, I knew we needed Lordley in the middle, and we got help. I mean, Marcus Green, who we go against other Division I football kids, he'll be a major D1. He came in and gave us just knocking bodies all over the way Lordley does. So that helped us. And Ken Maroney did a great job on the boards too. So everybody just did a little bit to pick up for Lordley.
Yeah.
I thought Reggie played with a different kind of confidence than he. And I mean, he seemed like it was just a backyard game out there.
Well, and that's the whole state. Reggie had a great beginning of the year. Had a little trouble early on, but this state run, everybody has stepped up. He's really stepped it up, and it's been just, you get an extra guard off the bench this time of the year. I mean, it's just been tremendous.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you much.